What is going on, Arizona sports fan family? How are we doing out here today on this Sunday morning? We're here to have a pregame show. Arizona Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Rams, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing out here today? It is very, very early, so definitely shout out to all the parents out there because I'm feeling it, y'all. I'm feeling the tiredness right now. I am feeling the tiredness of just working, having a baby, and just basically being able to kind of accommodate to whatever the heck they need. So big shout out to everybody that's currently out there and watching their Sunday night football, guys. We are here to talk some Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, some news coming out from the Arizona Cardinals. If you guys don't know this already, I did make a poll. I believe it was on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, and I was asking you guys, who do you think is going to play for the quarterback, or what quarterback do you think is going to play for the Arizona Cardinals, either Kyler Murray or Colt McCoy? And everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people went ahead and casted their vote. Now, this wasn't to say that, Kyler Murray sucks. I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying Kyler Murray should sit the rest of the season. I wasn't saying that either. It's just the fact that Kyler Murray had a hamstring issue, right? Kyler Murray got a hamstring issue during the Seattle Seahawks game, and he was questionable coming into this week. So now we know, at least it's starting to trend towards Kyler Murray not playing in this game. Now, before we dive right into everything, right, we got a fun-filled show for you guys today, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys haven't done so already, definitely do me one huge favor. Smack the like button on this video, ladies and gentlemen. Smack it up. Let's do it for the algorithm. Let's make sure that all the other Cardinal fans that are out there that are hiding under their sheets because this season hasn't been great so far, that they know that there's a place to go to, right? That there's a community for you to go ahead and come into, and I'm calling this Cardinal Fans Anonymous, ladies and gentlemen. Cardinal Fans Anonymous. This is where they need to be. So definitely smack the like button. Do it for the algorithm. Make sure that everybody's coming through. Also, if you haven't followed me on all my social platforms, everything is going to be in here on the handles. Or if you want an easier access, in the description of this video, you are going to have links. So go ahead and click on the link. Follow me on social platforms everywhere, so you can kind of get a good dose of, everything. So let's dive right into it, everybody. Let me get a sip of this water here real quick. Let's talk about this, right? The Arizona Cardinals are going into this game 3-6. We have the Los Angeles Rams going into this game 3-5. And we might be having a battle of the quarterbacks. Now, if you guys don't know John Wolford was the guy in 2020 that ended up beating the Arizona Cardinals. One of the backup quarterbacks that ended up beating the Arizona Cardinals in the tail end of our season, which prevented us from going into the playoffs. And obviously the Bears ended up sneaking in and taking over that playoff spot that the Arizona Cardinals wanted and wanted to have. And also, if you're, obviously an Arizona sports fan, there was also a league named the AAF where John Wolford was the starting quarterback for the Arizona Hotshot. So you guys might know who he is. If you don't, no worries. But he is going to be the guy that's slated in for the Los Angeles Rams because of the concussion protocol, or, the situation that Matthew Stafford's going through right now. And that is because of the concussion he's going through. Now, Kyler Murray, on the other hand, he's going through a hamstring issue. And the latest update that I've been getting here, at least obviously, following Twitter, following Ian Rappaport, following all the big people that, are in the know of the NFL, we have Darren Urban tweeting about 13 minutes ago. He says that there's no sign of Kyler Murray in the field for pregame warmups. Who we're seeing right now is Colt McCoy. He's going through the dropbacks, at least as of right now. Now, as of right now, it's not officially ruled out, right? He's not officially ruled out like that he's not going to be playing. But honestly, it's trending that way, ladies and gentlemen. It's absolutely trending that way that Kyler Murray seems like he's not going to be playing for the Arizona Cardinals. And it sucks, right? It really does suck. I want the Cardinals to win still, right? Especially because we're playing LA. Now, I'm seeing some people in the chat here saying that we should tank to get rid of Cliff. Like, if we lose this game, like, let's look through all the different scenarios, right? Let's look through all of them. Let's be honest. Colt McCoy is a very good serviceable quarterback, right? He's a very, very good serviceable quarterback, especially backup quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, if he wins, right? If he somehow sneaks out a win, I could already see the headlines, ladies and gentlemen. I could already see the headlines, right? Because the Los Angeles Rams has been a team that we've been struggling with so long. These last 4 years, against, Sean McVay versus Cliff Kingsbury. I think the last time I looked up the record was 1-6. We've won one time. Sean McVay won 6 times. Now, if you're including the debacle playoff game of last year, it's 1-7, right? Sean McVay has had the number of Cliff Kingsbury. But imagine a world where Colt McCoy comes up with this win. All the narratives, everything that you're seeing, every negative person that's talked very, very ill will about Kyler Murray, they're going to be coming out of the bushes. They're going to be coming out of, just like the clowns come out of, and those little, those little dune buggies, those little bug cars, all these people kind of coming out. It's going to be like that. So be prepared, ladies and gentlemen. Be prepared in case the Arizona Cardinals win. You will see a lot of different narratives out there. You're going to see, look what Colt McCoy comes in, backup quarterback Colt McCoy comes in and does what Kyler Murray couldn't do. Colt McCoy is the real answer, right? You're going to see so many different narratives out there. If you're a truther, if you're a person that rides and die with Kyler Murray, that's completely fine. You do your thing. But this is going to be very telling. This game right here is going to be very telling for the Arizona Cardinals because, truthfully, the narratives are going to be in the ears of a lot of people that don't watch Cardinals, day in and day out, right? That don't watch the Arizona Cardinals every single game, right? That's where the narrative is going to go into, those ears, right? It's going to fall into the people that don't really pay attention, but loves to poke fun at the Arizona Cardinals. That's who this narrative is going to feed to. So, do I want the Arizona Cardinals to win? Yes, I do. I would love the Arizona Cardinals to win 110%. Absolutely. I would love the Arizona Cardinals to win, no doubt. I'm not prepared for the narrative that comes along with it, but it's going to be something that we're going to have to get used to, right? It's going to be something that we have to get used to as Cardinal fans because, we're not the only organization that this trend has hit. The Dallas Cowboys ended up going through it as well, right? With Cooper Rush and Dak Prescott. Now, I don't ever think we're going to see a world that Kyler Murray will get benched for Colt McCoy. I don't see that world happening. I don't. Unless we are just completely just a crapshoot, right? Just completely a crapshoot. And we have like 4 games, or we won 4 games and we have like 2 games left. Then maybe at that point we'll see Colt McCoy if Kyler Murray doesn't want to go. Then at that point it's different. But when healthy, I don't believe Kyler Murray will get benched for Colt McCoy. Now, I know there's a lot of conspiracy theorists come out, right? A lot of conspiracy theorists want to come out and say, well, if Kyler Murray truly wanted to play, he would come out. He's faking the injury, all this different. You're going to hear a lot of different stuff out there, everybody. You are. I just want to stick to the facts. I just want to stick to the reports. I just want to stick to what I've seen with my eyes. And from what I've seen from my eyes is Kyler Murray said in Hard Knocks during the Seahawks game that he pulled his hamstring before the half. And he spoke to the trainer, and the trainer was fully aware, and he told him, okay, we'll stretch it out. He told him, we will stretch it out. So it's not like this story just came out of the blue. In Hard Knocks, he said it to the trainer before they went into the halftime that he pulled his hamstring. So I don't want to hear that this is fake. I don't want to hear the conspiracy theories. I get it, right? I know we all want to still feed into the narrative. Fire Cliff, fire Kime. That should still be the narrative. Win or lose, that should still be the narrative from every Arizona sports fan member in here. If you like Kime, cool. If you like Cliff, whatever. I don't care. But that should still be the narrative. Your narrative shouldn't change even if we win this game. It should still be fire Cliff and fire Kime. Yes, it's cool if we win against the Rams, but that should still be the narrative for Arizona Cardinal fans because, truth be told, this Arizona Cardinal team ain't going anywhere. Let's just be honest. Let's get to these contributions here real quick. We got MGO with the clutch $5 donation. He says, we are not going to win. LA defense is too good, and they will eat McCoy. We do terrible against backup quarterbacks, and Wolf is going to cook. Bro, I mean, you might be right into something there, brother. You might be right into something, right? Honestly, I think truth be told here, the Arizona Cardinals are finding themselves in a situation where, truthfully, if you're really going to ask me, I'm going to go with history repeats itself, right? I'm going to go with Sean McVay is 7-1 against Cliff Kingsbury. And a backup quarterback in Colt McCoy, I don't think it's going to change it. Now, whether this is going to be a game that's decided by a field goal, by, a 1 point, a 1 possession game, it's still, right? An L is an L, regardless of how close it was. An L is an L. And I think you're right there, MGO. I honestly do. Colt McCoy, I don't believe is going to be able to get this W for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, if it does, woo, Colt McCoy is back, ladies and gentlemen, right? Then we have another thing to kind of talk about. But I don't know. Like, I really do truly feel like win or lose this game, it shouldn't matter. Win or lose, it should still be Fire Climb and Fire Cliff. Please. Like, it needs to change. The organization needs to do a dramatic shift. It needs to do it. Let me get to my guy, AZ Fan 1998. He says, if Colt McCoy wins this game, we will see some outrage after this game. Also, I'd give Cliff another week or so as a head coach. We want to win still. That's fair. No, that's fair. See, and that's the thing, right? We're going to be dealing with a lot of different chatter. We're going to be dealing with a lot of different chatter out there, ladies and gentlemen. A lot. If Colt McCoy can come out with this win. Now, I'm not going to say 100% Colt McCoy is not going to win, right? I'm not going to say that. I still want the Arizona Cardinals to win, especially because we're playing the LA Rams. That is what especially is to me, because LA teams, I'm not a fan of. Now, if he can get it done, hey, open arms. I'm excited. Let's freaking go. Now, to me specifically, right, both of our contributions said the polar opposite, right? We had MGO coming up, says, I don't think we're going to win, right? History repeats itself time and time again, because this is going to come down to a coaching game, right? Who's the better coach? And I think you got to give the leg up to Sean McVay. And then you got the other contribution coming out and saying that, hey, anything's possible. Anything's possible. And I'm definitely going to go ahead and utilize this platform to kind of still tell you guys that honestly, this should still be Fire Climb, Fire Cliff, and Fire Climb. It should still be it. We're not going anywhere as an organization. We're not. Win this game or lose this game, we're not going anywhere as an organization this year. And if it's not evident so far for Cardinal teams or Cardinal fans at this very moment, then okay, I guess you can just continue to believe what you're believing, right? You can continue to believe what you're believing, because at this very moment, our backs are against the wall. Our backs are against the wall against this LA teams. Against this LA team, our backs are against the wall. This is it. We got 2 more division games, ladies and gentlemen. This game and then next week, which is the Monday Night Football game, and that's the San Francisco 49ers. 2 more games. If we lose both of those games and we go 0-5 in the division, it's over. It's done. It's done so weak. Like, it's over. It's over for the Arizona Cardinals, and nobody's going to change my mind for that. Now, honestly, I'm still going to continue to do what I do, right? The community is still going to grow. So if you still want a place to talk about, obviously, the draft picks, if you want to go to a place to talk about free agency, the next head coach, man, let's go. I'm all game for that. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about, moving forward, because truthfully here, yes, our backs are against the wall, but the Seahawks just lost. The Seahawks just lost against the Buccaneers. So mathematically, we're still in it until we get completely decimated, right? We're technically still in it. And I know, I don't want to give you guys false hope. I don't. I'm not here to give you guys false hope. But truthfully, mathematically, we're still in it. We are. Do I believe the Arizona Cardinals are going to finish strong? Probably not. We got, Kyler Murray not playing in this game. We got Colt McCoy coming up, but imagine it, y'all. Imagine the world that we're going to be living in if Colt McCoy wins this game and he gives Cliff Kingsbury that second win over Sean McVay in 4 years. Oh my goodness, the narratives, y'all. The narratives it's going to be enough for me to rip my head off and throw it against the wall and pick it back up and throw it against the wall again, because we're going to see it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see the narrative that this is going to be Kyler Murray's fault. And let me get to this contribution here real quick. And I want to talk to you guys about why I'm a little worried moving forward, because now we have the big national media talking about the Arizona Cardinals, right? Different things that the Arizona Cardinals could do. So we're going to talk about that. Let me get to this contribution here real quick. We got Timothy here with an awesome picture. He says, this game is where I expect Robbie Anderson to finally be used, since Ramsey will be on D-Hop all game. Hashtag Fire Cliff and Climb. Absolutely love it. Appreciate you, Timothy, for the super chat. I agree. There's no excuse at this very moment, right? This is going to be the Game 4 for Robbie Anderson. He's coming in, and there's no excuse about not teaching him, right? There's no excuse at all. If we do lose against this game, I can see Cliff Kingsbury either get fired this game. If not, if they want to wait for the 49ers, then it might be for the 49ers. Because we're 0-5 in the division. And at that point, we haven't won anybody in the division. So, like, what's the dang point? You know what I mean? What's the point at this moment? So let me segue this over to why I'm a little worried. And I want to get you guys to get involved in the chat here as well. I know a lot of people don't really listen to, Colin Cowherd. They don't listen to a lot of ESPN, and that's cool. For the most part, they get a lot of views because they're the big national networks, right? But there was a piece that came out from, Colin Cowherd, and he said that the Arizona Cardinals are in a weird position, right? They could do multiple different things, right? He said he's seen enough from Cliff that he feels bad for Cliff Kingsbury. That's what he said. He's seen enough from Cliff Kingsbury that he feels bad, right? So the Cardinals can either fire Cliff or they can trade away Kyler Murray for multiple round picks. And the moment I heard that, right, I was like, damn. I wouldn't put it past this Arizona Cardinal organization. I wouldn't put it past this Arizona Cardinal organization to do something like that, right? Spin the narrative, especially if Colt McCoy wins against this game. Spin the narrative against our starting quarterback, Kyler Murray, because they already did it with the homework addendum. They already did it with the homework addendum. And to spin this narrative, and I'm not sure if you guys listened to the Burns and Gambo interview with Steve Keim. Steve Keim came out and said that he still has hope. He still believes in Cliff Kingsbury. He still does think deep down that this team can get it turned around. Now, obviously, no fans think that this team can get turned around, or at least the real fans don't think that they can turn this around, right? They don't think that. But Keim said that he's seen the tape and he's seen when things go wrong. Is he insinuating that the misreads are coming from Kyler? That this debacle that we're seeing is coming from Kyler Murray? I don't know. Last thing you want to do is have these big national people talking about the Arizona Cardinals and saying things like the Arizona Cardinals can trade away Kyler Murray for multiple first-round picks. We just don't want to live in that world, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get to this other contribution from AZ Sports Girl with a $10 donation. He says, I'm scared about our new kicker for this game. I miss Rodrigo Blankenship. It's funny to me that when I posted that, everybody was asking me, right? Like, what happened to Rodrigo Blankenship? The moment that the Arizona Cardinals reactivated Matt Prater, so at one point, there was two active kickers, right? We had Blankenship and we also had Matt Prater. I'm only assuming the Arizona Cardinals cut him after they thought Matt Prater was a go. It's kind of just a story of our lives for the Arizona Cardinal fans, right? This is on Keim. Like, this season and this offseason was an absolute disaster in what we've seen from Steve Keim. Did he really truly believe that the Arizona Cardinals were going to compete against the NFC West when we lost pieces, when we didn't upgrade? Like, I think he really truly thought that. Now, our offensive line has still remained to be seen. We've never built a great offensive line, or at least a good offensive line for Kyler Murray, ever. We never have. Rodney Hudson should have never come back at all. Rodney Hudson frustrates me. And I know deep down, he's probably looking for another check, and I get it, right? He's looking out for his family. He's looking out for his security. He's looking out for his well-being. But truthfully, that's on Steve Keim for bringing him back. That's absolutely on Steve Keim for bringing him back. Because truth be told, I know Steve Keim knew it. Steve Keim, Cliff Kingsbury probably had to beg Rodney Hudson to come back. And if you really have a player that has 1 foot outside the door, why didn't you plan for it? Why didn't you plan for it, Keim? We have DJ Humphries that's missed like 1 or 2 games. We have Rodney Hudson that has nowhere be seen. I think he's played like 1 or 2 games. We have Will Hernandez that's hurt. We have Justin Pugh that's on IR. It's like it's a crap show right now, ladies and gentlemen. And it's all from Steve Keim. Steve Keim should be the number one rooted problem for this Arizona Cardinal organization. And we've talked about it since the beginning of 2019 when we had this, YouTube channel got created. I was never a fan of Steve Keim. He does 1 or 2 things to make everybody back on his good side. But truth be told, Steve Keim is a cancer within this organization. And he should not be the GM of the Arizona Cardinals. He shouldn't be. And it's frustrating that we're sitting here and still talking about our GM, Steve Keim, when he outright came out and said that that offensive line and what team came out on the 2022 season was on him. In that interview from Burns and Gamble, when he was speaking so high praises of Cliff, saying that we're going to turn things around, he said that all the issues that we've had on the line, lack of depth, it's on him. And it's true. It is on him. It's on Steve Keim. Steve Keim set us out to fail this year because there was no moves done. He was too busy going out there on a Blake Shelton concert. That's what he was doing. Too busy out there going on a Blake Shelton concert in order for us, instead of fixing this Arizona Cardinal offensive line. Literally, the Arizona Cardinal organization, they got 11 wins and everybody got extensions. We don't want a championship. We're settling for mediocrity. That's what we are. It's the same things over and over again. And there's nobody here that's going to be able to change my mind anymore. We're a 3-6 team. There's fans out there that are so leaning heavily and leaning so much hope that this Arizona Cardinal team is going to be able to turn around. Why? What has the Arizona Cardinals organization done in years that's going to make anybody change their mind? It's the same thing that we're seeing over and over and over again. Yeah, Steve Keim is oblivious. Either he's oblivious or he's just trying to say all the right things, right? To hype up this Arizona Cardinal fan base. But this right here is the loudest that I've heard. Every Arizona Cardinal fan, not everybody, but a lot of the Arizona Cardinal fans coming out and saying, fire Keim and fire Cliff. This is the loudest I've ever seen it and heard it. The offensive line is atrocious. It's garbage. Patrick Mahomes struggles without an offensive line either. Did you remember the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buccaneers? Mahomes, probably one of the best quarterbacks, in this time, struggles when he doesn't have an offensive line. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, of course Kyler's also going to struggle. The offensive line is bad. Steve Keim is at fault. Yes, also Cliff Kingsbury is probably going to get the boot. He's probably going to get that, his head chopped off as well, and the heads are going to roll. It's probably going to happen. And yeah, it sucks. Probably, right? He probably shouldn't be in that situation. Regardless, this fire Keim and fire Cliff did not just start this year for me. It didn't. Fire Keim started year 2 in 2020, and fire Cliff started in year 2 as well. The moment we couldn't beat 2 backup quarterbacks in 2020 is the moment I said, this man has no ice in the veins. He's never going to win us a Super Bowl. And in 2021, when we had an opportunity, we got whipped. We got destroyed against a more superior team or a more superior coach team in the playoffs. It's wild. We got not Mario. He says, Mike, we traded for Robbie Anderson. Super Bowl, here we come. Hashtag kind is good. I'm assuming that that's sarcasm, or maybe I said something like that somewhere down the road. I don't get the optimistic fans. I really don't. Now, this game, right? This Arizona Cardinal game versus the Rams, we have an opportunity to get 4 wins on the season, right? I think that would be fun. As an Arizona Cardinal fan, nothing would make me more happier than to beat an LA team, right? That would be awesome. Then we would go to 4-6. Mathematically, we're still technically in it. Whether you believe it or not, mathematically, yes, we're still in it. That would be the first division win for the Arizona Cardinals if we did win this game. Yeah, it's a lot, y'all. It's a lot of yuckiness. And it's such a stupid word, but it is. It's a lot of just yuckiness of this Arizona Cardinal organization. And for the new, Cardinal organization or Cardinal fans that are coming in here that just started 2 or 3 years down the road, welcome, right? Welcome to the dysfunction of what this organization is. And I get people say, well, it's never going to change unless you get rid of Bidwell. I mean, I get it, but unless Jeff Bezos comes out and tries to buy this team, there's nobody really else out there that's going to be able to drop $4 or $5 billion. And we're stuck with them. Unless we somehow raise money, which probably ain't going to happen. Bidwell is who he is. My best thing is to cut the head off the person at the top. And the toppy top right now is going to be Steve Keim in my mind. He's the one that could still get fired. He's the one that can still get fired. Is for any of your positive fans out there, I clap for. Yeah, well, I salute you too. 100%. 100%. I salute them 100%. To think that this Arizona Cardinal team is going to be able to turn around, it takes a very special person to be that optimistic. And I definitely salute you 100%. Yeah, because truth be told here, ladies and gentlemen, this Arizona Cardinal team right now, we're just trying to get through the season. Just trying to get through the season. I'm trying to figure out where is the, like, I'm trying to see if there's any official word on Kyler Murray being out. I'm only expecting we're not going to get a for sure answer until maybe 10 to 15 minutes before the game starts, or maybe at the 1 o'clock time. Is what I'm only assuming that's going to happen. I'm only assuming that's going to happen, but I haven't seen any official word, at least as of right now, that Kyler Murray is officially out. Only what Darren Urban said, as well as Ian Rappaport, he ended up saying is very unlikely for Kyler Murray to go because it looks like his hamstring is still kind of bugging him. Let's get to the super chat. Timothy with another super chat. He says, the thing that pisses me off the most is the fact that every game besides Kansas City was a winnable, but we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Kansas City, we got whipped. We got destroyed. I was still mad about that one, right? We had some fans who were like, Mike, it's the first week. Calm down. It's not that big of a deal, right? I remember because it honestly felt like yesterday when I was coming out of this Kansas City Chiefs game and people were like, hey, Mike, don't worry about it. It's cool. It's fine. It's week one. But in my mind and the way I rationalized it was, if we want to be a Super Bowl team, we need to beat those type of teams, right? We need to beat Kansas City. Those are the teams we need to beat, and we got absolutely destroyed. It almost kind of seemed like we shouldn't even be on the same field as them. But I get it, right? Week one, we let everything else come through. We saw the magic of what the Raiders happened, that overtime win for the Arizona Cardinals. And from there, it just kind of all seemed to fall apart for the Arizona Cardinals. Self-inflicted wounds, right? Things that kind of seem to be the thorn in the side of the Arizona Cardinals. Self-inflicted wounds. And if you do look too much into things like I do, if you're watching the Hard Knocks, right? I'm watching the Hard Knocks. I think it's very, very fun to watch the things on the inside that happens that they don't show us otherwise. But I truly do believe that Cliff lost this team. I think he lost it. This locker room, I think he lost it. Coachings, I think he lost it. He's saying all the right things. It's not like Cliff Kingsbury said the wrong things, right? I'm not sitting here and saying Cliff Kingsbury is an absolute terrible person. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Cliff is a terrible person. I'm not even saying Cliff Kingsbury doesn't know football, because I'm pretty sure his IQ is very, very good when it comes to football. Right? I mean, so that's kind of one of the situations that we're living in right now, where Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury and the Steve Keim experiment, we kind of have to, we're coming to the tail end of it all. And is it really, right? Is this really it for the Arizona Cardinals? Have we peaked? It's the question. It's the question we all have to kind of ask ourselves here. I do a quick question. Yes, the game is at 2:25 Arizona time today. Yes, 2:25 Arizona time. So Cliff is saying the right things, right? I don't think anybody's sitting here and saying Cliff is not a good person. Cliff is probably a wonderful person, and his IQ is probably up the wazoo. It's great. But the situation is that head coach, there's just so much that goes along with being a head coach, so much with going along with it. And I just think it's too much. I think the locker room is no longer believing in the vision of what Cliff Kingsbury says. So every week is a different situation, right? We might be singing a completely different tune. We might be celebrating Victory Monday tomorrow in the morning. We might be. You never know. Huh. You never know. We might be celebrating Victory Monday tomorrow. So for the hopeful fans out there, I salute you. I absolutely do. I salute you. Because right now, we're just going through the motions in my mind. We're just going through the motions in my mind, and we're trying to get through the season. Being that we're going into week 10 and we have no Kyler Murray, that's very telling to me and very concerning and very upsetting. I do think that he can win a game. I think Colt McCoy is a very serviceable backup quarterback. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's do this. Let's get some predictions going on in the chat here below. If you guys are still here, I appreciate you guys for rocking with the AZ Sports Fan here. Definitely do me one huge favor. Smack the like button on this video. If you haven't already, definitely do it for the algorithm. Follow me on all my social platforms. Everything's going to be in the description of this video with an easy clickable link. All the handles are down here. So go ahead and just, follow me on all my social platforms. It helps out. On Instagram, I think we're over is it over 2,000? I think we're over 2,000 over there, and we just hit 1,000 on Twitter. So definitely follow me everywhere, and we can kind of, obviously build the community and kind of go from there. So give me some predictions in the chat here below. Arizona Cardinals versus the Rams. Arizona Cardinals versus the Rams. Let me know here in the chat below. Arizona Cardinals versus the Rams. John Wolford versus McCoy. How do you think this game is going to shake out? We got the KKK experience. Yeah, I agree. I agree. We got some W's here on the chat. Okay. I see you. We got 27 to 15. It says the Rams win. We got 31-17. Cardinals win. Okay. We got 27-20 Cardinals. 27-15 Rams. What's up, Arjun? What's going on, man? 24-17 W. Okay. We still got some positive fans here. Okay. I see you guys. I see you. Bless your hearts. Bless your hearts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing a lot more W's here than I am for the Rams. But okay, yeah. I mean, the Rams offensive line is just as bad. I agree with that for sure. 100% agree with that, definitely. We got 2017 cards, 2017 cards, 21-20 cards. Okay, I see you guys. Perfect. All right, well, let's see what happens. Let's see if Colt McCoy can wield this Arizona Cardinal team. Let's hope and pray that we can get a win against this darn stinking LA team that's not going to have a Matthew Stafford, that equally struggles with no offensive line, right? That easily struggles with a disappearing running back, right? They're going through the exact same things we are. If you look on paper, they're a 3-5 team. We're a 3-6 team. It almost kind of seems like we're the same darn team. Different color uniform. The thing that kind of pushes me over to the Rams side in just a little bit is because Sean McVay, in my mind, is a better coach than Cliff. But any given Sunday, let's all hope and pray that Colt McCoy can come out with the win for us, ladies and gentlemen. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We are going to be doing a post-game show here later on, so definitely make sure you have your post notification bell on so we can talk about everything that transpired today, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. Is Colt McCoy, Goat McCoy for further future? Are we going to be, starting Goat McCoy for the future? Or what's going to happen? We'll dive right into everything for our post-game show. And of course, we'll have a post-game reaction later on as well following the game. So thank you, everybody, for coming through. Have a great rest of your day. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to everybody. Thank you so very much. Don't forget to smack the like button. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, go Cards.